So what I want to do here is have a discussion about the Archer Queen walk. While I've covered this lightly in other vids, I want to go ahead and go more in depth. And what I'm hoping is that at the end of all this, you'll recognize what bases to use it on and which ones not to, as well as how to path your AQ properly. So looking at this replay, which I was in the middle of, making sure it's the right one, and now I'm going to have to go all the way back to it, is it seems really easy at first, but it's really not. And I'm going to show you this replay Cap did. What he does, he comes in from the top right, and he's going to try to cut the funnel at that army camp with some wizards. But she's not going to go right, she's going to go left anyways. Because sometimes even when you clear all the trash buildings, the closest building to her is going to still be behind those walls and lure her left or right or whatever. So keep in mind he cleared out the left to go right. And he had to use her ability because he took so much fire. Now I want to pause it here. And she's going to go left instead of right, even with all those buildings there. Okay? So let's watch and just see how it plays out. And there she goes. Now she's on the wizard tower, and now the next closest building is that pump. And she's going to go shopping off to the left, which isn't what he wanted because that takes him in front of that, what is that, that air sweeper. Okay, we don't need to watch the rest of this raid. Let me take you to the SketchUp where I can show you exactly what happened. Okay, so I paused the video here where she has the choice to either continue right the way he wants her to go or take that hard left to the wizard tower, which seems crazy, but she's always going to go to the closest building to her. So once she takes out this building, this air defense is too far away behind the walls for her to reach, so that's out. So you're left with these buildings here, and let's count the spaces. She occupies this line of tiles here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's 8 tiles to get to that archer tower. Let's look how many it is to the wizard tower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's why she cuts left. Even though it looks to the naked eye like it's a little bit closer to the right than it is to the left, it's really not. Alright, so that's example number 1. Okay, let's next look at a base not to Archer Queen walk and why not to. Now, even though this is a form of Dragonflower base, this is actually an anti-Queen walk base. And the reason is because of the extra space in this compartment here. Okay? In fact, you know what, let me bring the SketchUp of this base. Okay, so looking at the anti-Queen walk base up close. The reason you don't want to walk this base is this extra row of spaces here between the buildings in this compartment. Okay? What that does is prevent the queen from reaching these buildings back here. They're simply out of her range. She's only going to shoot to here. And what that also does is as she passes by, leaving those 2 buildings, obviously the archer tower is going to shoot the queen, but the air defense is going to take out the healers because they will be in range. Okay? So that's the biggest reason why you don't want to take on this base. And a lot more people are starting to use the anti-queen walk base, and you'll see clever things like this over here to the right. This row of spaces is the same thing. You can reach this group of buildings here, but you're not going to reach this air defense because they cut it back 1 row of tiles. And that will take out all your healers and pretty much ruin your raid. Okay, alright, moving on. Okay, let's look at a base that I used an AQ walk on. Now, what am I looking for in this base first? And the first thing I'm going to look for is the expo positions. Because my AQ is only level 32, taking point defenses from this outside ring and taking fire from an expo is not really an option for me long term. She can do that temporarily, but at my level, she goes down pretty hard. The very next thing, well, okay, so that considered, the way these 3 are positioned, I'm willing to queen walk this, okay? I don't really want to take fire down this line or this line, and definitely not that line. So I really just want to hit this side. And then looking down that side, there's not a whole lot of point defenses grouped together that worry me. Whereas like this compartment's got 3 all grouped together. Okay, that's a problem because my AQ, being level 32, I only want to take 2 defenses on at a time for any length of time. These 3, I'd have to take out all this trash and this before I even get to this, and probably take fire from that as well. Okay, so that said, another good thing about this base that I'm liking is that it's a traditional dragon flower, meaning these back buildings in this compartment are only 5 spaces from my queen, and that's the outside of her range, so she'll still hit them, but yeah, so that's why I like this the traditional dragon flower for the queen walk. So I'm going to place my queen here, okay? Placing her here, I'm 100% confident she'll go left. A lot of people ask, how do I know which way she's going to go? Where do I place her if I want to go left or right? And it's simple. You know she's going to hit the closest building to her. So she's going to take out this, 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 this. Then she'll come working her way around this way. Now she may not do all the buildings on her left and all the buildings on her right, but these are the buildings she's going to take out first, and then she has to make her choice of left or right. And because I placed her on the left side of this corner, she'll be one tile closer to this mortar than she will this cannon, and she's going to go left. Alright. So looking at going left as she comes shopping her way through here, I pay special attention, like I said, to the point defenses. Not too many for her to take on. She'll be totally fine. One thing that is a big deal is time. I know with my queen's level that each side she walks down takes a minute. And because I want to walk a minimum of both of these sides, it's going to be 2 minutes of a 3-minute raid before I can lay down my main attack force, which is going to be dragons. Once my queen gets to here and takes this out, and hopefully I'd like to get her all the way over here actually. Let me correct that. I want her to go here, and then I'll send my dragons in to take out the core, and she'll keep working her way around the base, hopefully getting to this before the dragons get completely wiped out by it. Okay, I think I've said everything I want to say about what it is I'm looking for exactly in a base and what I'm trying to avoid and what I'm trying to exploit. Let's go ahead and watch the replay and see what happened. Okay, so starting this replay, again, my queen's going to go to that bottom camp on the right, but she's going to end up going left. So she takes out the camp, then the Dark Elixir Drill, then the Spell Factory, and looks like takes out a barracks. Now she'll take out the cannon. Then I'm pretty sure she goes for the other Dark Elixir Drill. Yep. Then the cannon probably, or the archer tower. Ooh, had to use the ability. Wanted to keep that in my bag, but taking fire from that expo was just too much. So now she's working on storage, and she's going to end up going left for that mortar. I did have to end up using a rage spell as well to get those heroes healing my queen, because I just underestimated how much fire she was going to take down there. And not only did I use her ability, now I had to use a rage spell as well. But it worked out. She's back to full health, and there's not a whole lot of DPS down this end of the base. So she's just kind of free to run amok. I do really worry about time with that storage there, but I mean, at the end, it's going to be fine. I'm pretty sure I put that wizard down to help me out. Now, some people might ask why she took out that air defense before she took out the storage or the cannon, and that's simply because it was set closer to her by 1 set of tiles. I'm not sure why she didn't take out the storage first, but I'm not really mad about it either. So now I dropped my king to help clear up some of those trash buildings to make it go a little faster. In fact, I'm going to speed it up just a little bit. King, wizard, and queen and healers working their way around. Cool thing was she took out that wizard tower too. And here she goes. Now that air defense is down, I'm looking at a minute left, less than a minute, and I kind of panic like I need to get these dragons going. So I drop my clan castle with balloons and a dragon, and then all my balloons. Keep in mind I have level 4 dragons, and I'm still coming at a max defense Town Hall 10 with Town Hall 9 heroes. I freeze the Expo, the Wizard Tower, and the Inferno Tower, and let my troops do their work. They take out the clan castle. They pop the clan castle, what is that, Lava Cow, clean up all the pups, and go to work on the town hall, and it's basically down. All the defenses around it are down. And now it's just my dragons and my queen doing work. And the funny thing is that I didn't come necessarily close to a 3-star, but I was really happy with a high percentage 2-star. And I'll take a high percentage 2-star trying a 3-star strategy over, just pounding 4 jumps into the core and going for 55%. Anyways, that's just a few more tips on the AQ walk, and I hope this helps you choose bases or not choose bases, and I really hope this helps path your queen as well. Alright guys, I'm out of here. Later.